It's Wednesday, April 28th, 2021, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, will the emergency powers orders COVID-19 be extended after May 23rd? We've got a response from the Attorney General, the amazing story of an amputee involved in karate, and we have a special treat for your sweet tooth. So let's start the morning off right. Born again, what matters is what we do today. Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Charles Fisher. What an exciting show we have. I'm looking forward to today's show, LaDawn.
But before we get started, I want to say a special hello to my people over there in beautiful Harbor Island. They get up to watch the morning edition every morning just to watch us every morning.
I heard that they put up the big screen by the beach every morning just to watch their pride and joy, LaDawn Davis.
Yeah. I want to say a special hello to Margaret Grant. She watches every morning.
And today, normally Wednesday, we normally call Wednesday Hump Day, but today is going to be exciting. We're going to get you over that hump. And we just were talking, April is actually gone.
Yes. So I guess we should be able to say that May 1st is on Saturday. Yeah. Saturday is May 1st. But you know, we got some special treats and
what are we eating for breakfast this morning?
We're eating ice cream
this
morning.
We had cow salad for breakfast a few weeks ago. Now we're having ice cream. You know, we're not. I really need this to go, but if I keep sitting here every morning with you, this is not going to go. Then we're going to have that special feature on Nicholas. Everybody's looking forward to that.
What was that like for you?
Oh, that was very inspirational. And I know once folks watch that this morning, they're going to just wonder how this youngster does it, but he is very, very, boy, I interviewed him, and it's like I was speaking to a 30, 40-year-old person.
Yes, and so much compassion, yeah.
So, but before we get to all of that, Lloyd Allen is all dressed and out there on the streets, green, red, and gray. What's going on, Lloyd?
Well, good morning, Fisher. Good morning, LaDawn. And, of course, good morning, Bahamas. I want to send a special shout-out as well to all of my persons there in Acklands who watch the show every morning. Shout-outs to you guys. Of course, today we're giving you a first shout-out of traffic here this morning coming in from the intersection of Robinson and Blue Hill Road. Now, as you can see from our shots here, it's a steady flow of traffic coming from over the hill, straight on over to the central parts of the island. And so, of course, if you need to utilize this route to get to your destination, right now you should be able to do so without much delay. Of course, if you leave anytime after that sweet period, that's between 7:30 to 9 a.m., you can expect some delays. In other parts of the island, we also want to remind you of roadworks that are ongoing, particularly in the area of Bay Street. We know that roadworks continue there, Shirley Street, even along here, Blue Hill Road, and even Robinson Road. Any of those may create some challenges to your destination, but if you approach any of those roadworks, we ask that you drive with caution and with care. Now, previously, we spoke with Constable Prince Dean Jr. from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division about what motorists need to know when approaching roundabouts like this. Here's what he had to say.
Persons are using the roundabouts. We advise you, take up the roundabout manual, road traffic. You look at your manual. When you are traversing around the roundabout, it's a way you do it. If it is that you want to go on a further exit, you stay on the inner lane. If you're going to exit quick, you stay on the outer lane. Those of you, I'm going to use Blue Hill Road and Robinson Road. Persons tend to shoot right out on the roundabout. That's a no-no. You stop, ascertain your way clear, and then you proceed.
And so, of course, you heard it right there from Prince Dean Jr. on what motorists need to know when approaching roundabouts like this. And again, it's a great start to the Wednesday morning for me. It's just 2 days to go before vacation. Fisher, LaDawn, I hope you guys are ready. Back to you in studio.
Thanks, Lloyd. Enjoy your vacation. 72 degrees we are waking up this morning to. Winds east at 6 miles per hour. Humidity 73%. A high pressure ridge continues to generate moderate to fresh winds over the islands. Partly sunny, hot and breezy with a few passing showers, mainly over the central and southeastern islands, becoming variably cloudy and breezy with a few isolated showers possible tonight. Your daytime high temperature 90 degrees, overnight low 70. Looking ahead to Thursday, sunshine with winds subsiding, 84 in the day, 74 at night. Friday, sunny and pleasant, 86 in the day, 73 at night. Saturday and Sunday, 86 in the day and 73 at night for both days. Saturday, mostly sunny with a shower. Sunday, some sun and a thunderstorm possible.
As the Bahamas goes through a third wave of the COVID-19 virus, ramping up efforts to continually fight the virus, including the use of emergency powers COVID-19 orders, may involve some form of legal framework to restrict physical contact. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Senator the Honorable Carl Bethel, told reporters yesterday whether that includes an extension of the state of emergency in the form of emergency powers orders that are set to expire on May 23rd has not yet been determined. The Attorney General contends, though, that the Bahamas will have to do whatever is necessary until it reaches a stage where it has a portion of the population vaccinated.
When the Bahamas reaches the stage where we've reached what could be termed herd immunity, then we could consider that for the Bahamas, the emergency is basically over. So between now and then, there will be some legal framework, whether it's a declaration of emergency or under a statutory framework. But in any event, rules will have to be mandated to restrict physical contact, continuing until we reach the stage where there is a degree of herd immunity. So whether that's under an emergency power order or under a new enactment, it's not going to stop the need to make rules to restrict certain forms of activity.
Minister of Health, the Honorable Renwood Wells, says there may not be a need for more COVID-19 restrictions, but more enforcement. This is in the wake of police having to break up a party with some 300 persons in attendance at Bahama Barrels, a property leased by Graycliff, over the weekend. With the country's COVID-19 infections now surpassing the 10,000 mark, Minister Wells appealed to Bahamians to adhere to the necessary safety protocols.
I'm just calling on the Bahamian people who have been such gracious and excellent partners with this administration to just continue to adhere to the health protocols. You know, if we could just move through while we're vaccinating folks, just adhere to the protocols, I think the entire country, well, I know the country is going to be in a better place. And then you'd be able to have these kinds of functions because we will have vaccinated folks, we would have moved the society to where it needs to be.
Turning now to the numbers, 63 new cases reported on the latest COVID-19 dashboard, 51 of them on New Providence, 11 on Grand Bahama, and the final one on Bimini and Cat Key. Those new cases comprise 33 men and 30 women. Hospitalizations increasing to 52, 3 of those patients detained in the intensive care unit. Also on the dashboard, 294 COVID-19 tests were completed on Monday, 4 of them repeats, another 2 inconclusive. Our news team has learned that COVID-19 has again hit the House of Assembly. This time, all of its staffers are in quarantine for the next 14 days, and this comes amidst another House of Assembly session on schedule for today. It was last September when the first positive COVID-19 case was diagnosed in a staff member at the House of Assembly. A positive COVID-19 case has also impacted operations at the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation's head office and the Produce Exchange on Soldier Road. Business resumes there this Thursday, April 29th. Some 20 persons will be added to the complement of COVID-19 ambassadors assigned to enforce the COVID-19 emergency orders. Head of the COVID-19 Enforcement Unit, Chief Superintendent Shivago Dames, told our news team that some 831 COVID-19 citations have been issued so far for the year.
We are citing businesses for operating prohibitively. And we have a number of persons who are patronizing these prohibited businesses, whether it be a bar, a person's just playing music, loud music, or the discotheque. And so we want to encourage persons not to patronize these prohibited businesses, because if you do, you are likely to spread the virus.
No doubt COVID-19 pandemic has fueled many mental health concerns, a disturbing trend clinical psychologist at the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center, Dr. Wendy Fernander, has been monitoring. She offered this advice to residents grappling with mental health issues during this pandemic.
Exercise may be something that you use. And exercise may be something that I use. someone else may find that they could go to the beach and just sit to the beach and spend. And we have that advantage in small island nations that we have the beaches right there, within a few miles. I encouraged everyone at this time, at this junction in our lives, to find something that will allow you to center yourself, even if it is just listening to some music and dancing. For you to spend some time with you.
And when we come back, hope you have a sweet tooth, because this morning we have a special treat just for you. So keep it locked. For more than a decade, teachers at the Willard Patton Primary School have been providing a program to assist students with special needs. As we continue our series on autism, we take a look at that program and how effective it has been for the students enrolled.
Nicholas
When we started in 2008, we actually only had 5 students, but over the years it has grown.
The demand to assist students with special needs has been great at the Willard Patton Primary School, which now boasts some 10 students in its unit. Head teacher Terry Vassell has been leading the program since its inception and strongly believes early intervention is key in producing better results.
Many students have passed through the program doing well. Some are in regular mainstream, some are in special schools. But like I said, because it's an early intervention, it is extremely important for us to get them at this age and try to use whatever strategies, methods that we can to help them to, meet their maximum potential.
And while these results are positive, Vassell says effective communication was a major challenge for most of the students.
For us as teachers aides, working with them, we have to try and figure out, okay, what are they trying to communicate? And we have to try to build that language, because I think once they can communicate, or even through whether it be pictures or sign language, it is much better. It is less frustrating for them. And so the community, socially, it's a part of being on the spectrum. They have social deficits. But for us here at Willard, because, it's a regular preschool, our students are normally included in everything that goes on. They're not left out, and I do a lot of field trips. I take my students everywhere.
And so to ensure that those results remain good, Vassell has adapted the government's preschool curriculum to make sure it happens.
So if the school is doing a theme, we're doing a theme. I may tailor it to meet their needs, but we do the thematic approach. If they're doing projects, my students are doing projects. Try to keep them on a quote-unquote normal type functioning. That's what we do. So they're basically, that's the curriculum I use.
Vassell says more programs must be created to assist the growing number of students with special needs.
We need a lot more speech therapy. We need a lot more occupational therapy. My students get speech therapy, luckily. They're fortunate to get, we have a session on Wednesday, so right now we do it virtually. And they're fortunate, they're the fortunate ones to get at least that little hour or a half hour, whatever it is. Occupational therapy is important, especially for special needs. I am certain you have students out there in the quote-unquote regular school, regular classroom, with disabilities, with learning challenges that teachers aren't trained to deal with.
Now, when I first met this youngster, just watching him gave me inspiration. Well, this is one of the most interesting and motivational interviews I've done in quite some time. His mom, Brandis Duncanson, lets us know about this incredible young man who is beating the odds despite his disability.
Nicholas was born with amniotic band syndrome. So basically, as he was developing in the womb, the amniotic sac severed both arms above the elbow and his left leg just below the knee.
And that has not stopped this 11-year-old fifth grader at Genesis Academy, Nicholas Pierre, from becoming a yellow belt in Taekwondo.
I started watching movies about it on the TV, and I just liked how they were moving around and throwing your hands about, and I always thought it was cool. So one day I wanted to try it myself. So I asked Mommy, Mommy, I want to do karate. And Mommy said, okay. And Mommy said she would think about it. And then I started still watching more movies about it, and then I started learning. And then Mommy got me here, which I actually like. and then I started learning how. I started off with my white belt, and now I have my yellow belt.
Mom not holding back from letting Nicholas do his thing despite his disability.
He's always been interested in karate or some form of martial arts, hence how we got the name Ninja Nick. From a toddler, he always loved the Ninja Turtles. And so when we would have playtime, he would dress up like a Ninja Turtle and we'd do our thing. And so then came the name Ninja Nick.
I feel like a true ninja.
Instructor Robert Butler not holding back as well.
He's not disabled at all. I don't treat him like he's disabled because I think if I treat him as he's disabled, it's more of a hindrance to me and as a demoralizer for him. I'm so happy that he's here. I wish I had more athletes like him. I taught him the first form because he picked it up in a matter of a month. Quite a number of kids, able-bodied kids, they take 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and he just tested for his first yellow belt, and we're moving on to the third form, so it speaks volumes.
Now some things may be difficult for him to do, but he finds a way to get around it.
When I go home, I put on my pants and my shirt. But when I get here, Coach ties my belt for me. I have to tell him what to do. But this is kind of a very intelligent tactic that you use to tie this belt. Sometimes I can't even figure it out, and Mommy doesn't know a thing about it.
He is very independent, very determined, and I like that spirit. It's bittersweet because as a parent, you always want to feel needed and you want to help, and most times he's like, I got it, I can do it, no thanks.
You won't need it a lot. I cannot survive without Mommy.
Thank you.
So true. Now if that has amazed you, wait till part 2 of our interview. He ventures into other sports like swimming and baseball. That's all coming up in Thursday Morning Edition.
Wow, such an inspiring story there, Fisher. You always get the good stories.
I can't wait till part 2. And I just like to thank his mom, Brandis, for allowing us the opportunity, and Coach Butler, and also young Nicholas. Part 2, you're going to be really amazed about him swimming, playing baseball. He also is going to show us something in the kitchen, something you really don't know about.
I think Belly could teach me a little thing or two, I'm sure.
And talking about treats.
Well, it's that time in this show where we feature our What's on Your Plate segment, and this morning we highlight the creations of Unique Flavors Ice Cream. Yes, we said it. Ice cream in the morning, and doing the creating today is the owner of Unique Flavors Ice Cream, Dathan Newton. Good morning, Dathan.
Good morning, LaDawn. How are you?
I'm good. So talk to us a little bit about what are you whipping up for us this morning?
Well, today I'm going to be whipping up some of our hazelnut coffee ice cream. That's tend to be the favorite for those who want that little get up and go in the morning.
And talk to me about business. How did you get started in your business?
Well, this all started from just home, just doing deliveries for persons. Started off in that process. Then I met with some chefs, end up getting a partner, end up opening up a business, an establishment. So it's been a long time coming, and it all came from wanting to bring that homemade ice cream back to the Bahamian people.
How has business been for you since you've opened?
Business has been good. People have been really receptive to the homemade ice cream that we provide here. We've just opened up our parlor as well, so we are offering people the ability to come in and get like scoops, waffle cones, bowls, cups. That Sunday drive, that nice Sunday drive, get some ice cream.
Now we can't wait to sample the hazelnut coffee ice cream. Just give us a little taste of what you're making or what you're whipping up for us. Just a little taste.
Oh, no problem. Hazelnut coffee is what I'm whipping up, but we also carry about 12 flavors that we wholesale in multiple stores around Nassau. We have the mango passion fruit, the sex on the beach, the Irish luck, the bubble gum, the tamarind, the soursop, just to name a few.
Wow, hazelnut ice cream. We can't wait to taste it, right, Fisher?
Oh, I can't wait to get my ice cream on. Ice cream for breakfast. Will I be eating that with grits or just the plain ice cream?
But you eat anything with curry. I'm sure you'll eat it with curry, with sausage and grits. So what are you
ice cream and grits. That's what I'm going to eat this morning.
And as we head to the break, we take a look back at the day in Bahamian history. On April 28, 1978, a huge fire downtown Bay Street left in its wake $3 million in damage and dozens homeless. Strong winds resulted in its rapid spread over a half-a-mile area through the main business district and adjoining residential areas. And in 1952, the first edition of the Bahamas Review went on sale at local newspaper stands.
The ring of becoming a broadcast journalist was what UB student Danielle Dean experienced during a recent intern exercise here at the corporation. Speaking with our Lloyd Allen, she talked about the experience and the next chapter of her life post-graduation.
Now, just a few weeks ago, our former intern Danielle Dean was here at the corporation gaining professional experiences. And even though it's ended, she says there are lessons that will stay with her for a lifetime.
As a person, I was only a third-year student at the University of the Bahamas, learning what it was to be a journalist, but not actually going out into the field and practicing what it was that I had learned. So it was very interesting to translate that into the field. And in doing that, I was able to learn a very important lesson, one of the most important I believe I've learned since the internship, and that's that the way that you interact with people matters, and it is what makes the story. I think that as a journalist, you have to be empathetic, you have to be compassionate, you have to be pleasant, and that is what would make people feel vulnerable enough to share themselves with you, and for that story to come out the way that it needs to for the viewers.
Now, obviously, over the past 10 weeks, you've worked on several different stories. What would be one of those most memorable stories?
A story that I did on Caval Williams photography. His story is that he was at university, but he felt that he had a dream beyond getting a degree, and he left university in order to pursue that. And I think that that is inspiration that so many people need. So many people are afraid of their plan A in life, and a degree is normally used as a plan B for a lot of people. But I think that he showed people that they can step out and do what they love, and they can also be successful at it. So that hit home for me, and I'm pretty sure that it hit home for a lot of other people.
And before you exit, of course, I know you're a person of many talents, one of them being singing. And so you committed to giving us one final rendition of your multi-talents, and that's your singing ability. So go ahead and take it away.
Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I've never found anyone to fulfill my needs. A lonely place to be. And so I've learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I lived as I believed. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity.
Well, we are back here with the owner of Unique Flavors, Dathan Newton. So, Dathan, I see you have some different Bahamian flavors here on display as well. Tell us about them.
Bahamian flavors, we got the tamarind that's been selling the most for Bahamian flavors. We have the mango passion fruit, and we have the soursop. When you hear Bahamian, that's those three flavors there. They pulled that together for me.
And I see the Sex on the Beach as well. I know Fisher loves that one. Tell us, how do you make that?
Sex on the Beach is actually, it derives from the actual drink itself. All of the drink components, your cranberry, your pineapple, and of course, a little bit of vodka in there, just saying, just a little bit of noise.
Too early in the morning for that.
And then, you have your Irish Luck, which is a Bailey's blended ice cream, and that seems to be a favorite as well. So, you can't be Bahamian without a little rum ice cream, just saying.
So how are you able to juggle photography? You work for NIB, and now you're starting your own business. How are you able to juggle all of this?
Well, to be honest with you, once you have a dream and drive, you'll find a way. It doesn't matter whether it's long hours, sleepless nights. Sometimes I work non-stop 24 hours a day, just keep going. You might get an hour or two sleep here and there, but you know, you have to do it while you're young, while you have the energy to do it.
So how long does it take to whip up a bash?
From
Don't
start,
touch the door.
from start to finish, it depends on which ice cream you're talking about. Obviously, vanilla is just straightforward, but the actual process from start to end takes about 24 hours.
How has mass production been? How do you make it?
It's been good for me because, you know, we have something that I call base, which is our secret ingredient in all of our ice creams that we have. And then we have to cook that. People will be like, cook? Yeah, you cook it. Make sure you boil it down, make sure everything gets right. And then that has to sit for 24 hours in the fridge and let that get set. And then you mix in your other ingredients. And then that takes 5 minutes. Then it takes about another 12 to 16 hours for the ice cream to set.
So what are we tasting this morning? Because I'm ready to get this mask off. I don't know why we're in this mask and again ready to, what are we tasting here this morning?
Well, you're tasting the hazelnut coffee.
Uh-huh.
That's the flavor that I brought for you guys to taste today.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can't wait.
Oh,
God.
The benefits of working the morning edition. Get to eat ice cream.
Oh, man. Oh, yes. Yes, Dathan, this is awesome. Mm-hmm.
And one thing we pride ourselves on in the unique flavors industry is the flavor. You taste the coffee. You taste the hazelnut.
I can taste the coffee, yes, yes.
You know what I mean? And it's smooth and creamy. And then when we tell people it's made right here in the Bahamas, they don't seem to believe us because of the texture. It's nice and creamy, smooth, no ice crystals. You know, that's what you look forward in your ice cream. Fish is ready finished.
Yeah,
I mean, you savoring, but fish are finished.
Yeah, ooh.
All gone. You know how I used to do when you're young? And your daddy them do the sweet lick. This is good. Thank you so much.
Oh my
But
God.
don't forget, you got to tune in this afternoon for Live at 5 with Amajal Knowles. And then at 6 o'clock, we're here at the Grand Bahama. And then the Bahamas Tonight with Makushla Pinda. Thanks so much for starting my stomach off with some sweets this morning.
I'm done, yes.
It's been my pleasure.
That was awesome.
Anytime.
All right, thanks a lot.
Have a
I know
good
the crew
morning, everyone,
out
yes.
there, they're ready to eat. So thanks for watching, everybody.